Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Nalo and today we're going to be talking about some of the upcoming strategies that you can do for CS2 investing. I just wanted to cover some general strategies that you can go for because I've had a lot of questions recently about what the best possible option to do for CS2 investing is. So I thought I would just cover some different strategies that go off of some different lines of logic and wrap them up into one video. But before that, let's take a look at the sponsor for today's video, SkinsMonkey. Today's video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a website you can use to trade in some of your old skins that you don't want anymore for some brand new skins to spice up your inventory. Even if the skin you want is on a trade hold, it'll go straight to your SkinsMonkey backpack until it's ready to be withdrawn. If you use code NALO on SkinsMonkey, you'll get two different bonuses. First is a $5 trade bonus, and the second is a 5% deposit bonus on top of the deposit bonus they already give you. It's super easy to withdraw the items from SkinsMonkey in an instant. As you can see, I have all my trades right here, and even if you don't want to pick up some skins on SkinsMonkey, they also have daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways that you can enter completely for free. So what are you waiting for? Go check out SkinsMonkey with the link in the description below. Claim your free bonuses courtesy of yours truly and spice up that inventory. Alright, hopping right into it, the first strategy and the one that is the closest on the horizon is going to be the Stockholm and Antwerp investing strategy. So as we all know, the Paris sale is coming up at some point. Valve is kind of just being Valve right now and is taking a very long time to actually release it, and there's starting to be a growing narrative that there won't be a Paris sticker sale. But I want to remind everybody that if you are believing that narrative, just consider that Valve will literally be missing out on millions of dollars by not doing a Paris sale. Furthermore, this narrative that there isn't going to be a sale has been spread pretty much since the beginning of majors. Once the sale would start to take a little while to actually drop, people would start to get kind of impatient and would start to spread the idea that there wasn't going to be a sale. But for pretty much every major ever, we've had sticker sales, so I would not buy into that narrative if I were you. But anyway, the main point of this strategy is actually on Stockholm and Antwerp and not Paris. So the logic here is actually backed by the Stockholm and Antwerp supply numbers that we already have. You see, with Paris, you actually are taking on a little bit of an extra risk because with such a large amount of players currently playing CSGO, there is a real risk that Paris has such a massive amount of supply that will create too much friction for it and it won't be as successful of an investment as it should be. Now, while I personally think that overinvestment is a little bit of a dumb term, it's true that an absolutely massive amount of supply can make it harder for Paris to see immediate returns. So that's why I recommend looking at Stockholm and Antwerp. You see, unlike Paris, we already have a lot of the supply numbers for Stockholm and Antwerp. You can already see the general amount of crafts that each sticker has by going to CSGO Float and looking at their database. You can look at the market to see how many are listed, and you can do some rough calculations to figure out how many capsules actually exist. We've also already seen the general performance of Stockholm and Antwerp in more normal market conditions, and while I don't think that Stockholm and Antwerp will be able to reach the same prices that they had before because Paris is still going to be competing with it as we go forward, it's still pretty easy to tell that Stockholm and Antwerp are very cheap and undervalued at the current moments, and that they do provide more value to the community than their price currently shows. Hence why we had Stockholm Challengers capsules up at like $14 on the Steam market prior to the Paris items releasing. So due to the decreased level of risk that Stockholm and Antwerp has, as well as the fact that we already know that they are popular stickers and will have pretty solid performance in other market conditions, I think they're a better option to focus on than Paris itself. So if you want to specialize into Stockholm or Antwerp, I think that is a very optimal strategy going forward into this Paris sticker sale. However, if you'd like to keep your net cast wide, then a breakdown that I would consider is putting 20% of your funding into Paris, 30% of it into Antwerp, and 60% of it into Stockholm. I think that's a pretty good breakdown for the more diverse option, but personally, I would ignore Paris altogether. If you do want to invest in Paris at some point, you still can. You could just simply sell off your Stockholm or Antwerp holdings, which should see a more solid return quicker, and use some of the profit to put into Paris. The second strategy that I want to talk about is a lot more on the speculative side of things. This one is basically trying to invest for the proposed updates that are coming to CS2. So this is things like betting on Mirage being removed, or the potential for the M4A4 to be a lot more popular in loadouts with the new loadout update. To be fair, the M4A4 is definitely a good option to have on the CT side because it helps you to anchor. The Hydra case hardened gloves, for example. Basically any update that is changing skins or changing the way that CS gameplay works that could have an effect on skins is all covered in this sort of strategy. This is a lot more of a speculative one and there's not really too much to say about it. The entire idea here is just to keep up to date with all of these CS2 updates that are being pushed or that could potentially come to the game, and then essentially buying into the hype. Now, I don't personally recommend this strategy, but I know that a lot of people are going to do this regardless, and to those of you that are new to investing, I figured that I would put it on the table. There's a lot less logic and solid foundations behind the strategy, so that's why I don't personally recommend it, but it's something to be wary of, and it can at least help to explain why some prices increase for some of these items. Now, the third strategy here is something that I think is pretty much going to be the surest option, and that's going to be case investing for the release of CS2. So the reason that this one is so solid is because we've already seen the effect that CS2 hype has on cases, and we actually haven't got a new case since that initial hype, and I highly doubt we'll even get get one before the release of CS2. So there's not really any extraneous market factors that can negatively affect this at the moment, but essentially the crux of this argument is that once CS2 releases, there's going to be another wave of case hysteria that will mostly be fueled by streamers that are coming to try the game when it first comes out. We know that XQC is one of the most popular and successful streamers in general, and he's already shown interest in CSGO, especially in unboxings, so he's probably also going to come try out CS2 and unbox some cases, which should in turn increase the demand for cases overall. Now of course XQC is not the only content creator in this scenario. Plenty of content creators should be coming to open cases when CS2 releases, so the demand should be extremely high for cases. We may even start reaching towards that 100 million monthly unboxed cases. So we'll see how that all pans out, but the nice thing about cases is that since they are generally so cheap, you can buy a huge quantity of them to take advantage of the multiplication effect. In particular, the fracture and snakebite cases should be very popular to open because they will be the cheapest option for most people. The revolver case should be a popular one because of the extremely expensive karambit. The chroma collections have a few really nice CS2 lighting update skins, and they also feature the increased chance for Doppler knives, which should be very popular as well. And as sort of a more weird option, I think the Phoenix case is one to look at because, like the revolver case, it is a relatively cheap way to go for the $1.5 million karambit, but the other skins in the case are actually decent as well, like the Op Asimov and the AK Redline. So for people that aren't willing to just all in it for just the knife, they'll be looking more towards the Phoenix case rather than the revolver case because the revolver case skins absolutely suck. So that's a general case investing strategy, not a whole lot to it, pretty simple one here. Basically just taking advantage of the unboxing hysteria to sell off your cases around the first week that CS2 releases. Now the final strategy that I want to touch on, bit of a short one because I've already talked about this kind of extensively in previous videos, but it's going to be operation skin investing. We have a large myriad of operation skin collections to choose from now, like the Ancient collection all the way to the Gods and Monsters collection. Operation skins have a very limited supply in general. You can't really create more of them, so as time goes on they simply get more rare, more hard to obtain, and more get used up in trade-ups. There's a few standout ones like the Og Carved Jade, the Mac 10 Gold Brick, and although one of my videos unfortunately already pumped the price up a little bit, the MP9 Army Sheen as well is a pretty solid option. But go ahead and look around at the different operation skins. One newer option that I haven't really talked about as much is the Desert Eagle Midnight Storm. I think that is a very, very good looking Desert Eagle. It's not too terribly expensive. It's a decent play skin, and of course it is an Operation Collection skin. I've talked about Operation skins more extensively in my previous videos like I already stated, so if you want a deeper explanation on some of those skins, go ahead and check out my other videos. And with that, that's going to close off the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this one. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps me massively. Also consider subscribing to the channel for the best CS investing tips anywhere else on YouTube. Go ahead and join my Discord and my Twitter if you have any further questions for me. I answer all my DMs when I have time, completely for free. We have a great community of informed investors in our Discord server, so feel free to come join our community. And finally, make sure to check out Skins Monkey. I'll see you all next time. Peace.